So hopefully I'll still be on here.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I hope so. Let me see. Huh. I don't know what's going on with this.
It's saying we live right now.
Yeah.
You found our show, so come on in and take a seat. Warrior class, we got the keys. Dun, 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 dun. To get you where you need to be, just study our show, and you're gonna grow like crazy. Watching you will see. Dun, 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 dun. Warrior class, we got the keys, just watch our show, 'cause it's for you and your babies.
Welcome to Warrior Class.
Where the teachers with pass.
And you will too if you pass.
All right, all right. This is the 7 survival signals episode.
So
Just so you all know out there, 7 is Ogun's number, if you will. And this is a very Ogun-like episode. Now, I didn't plan for that. When I created the 7, and it's 2 blocks of 7, I wasn't thinking of Ogun, but then I realized that about a week ago, like, wait a minute, hey, so
you had me wondering for me. You said when you said you created the 7, I was about to say, damn, Bob created the number 7. He is oh man.
and we got Belay back in the house today. So
Hey.
Peace, folks. Peace, folks. Glad to be here. Greetings, comrades, and Africans. Yeah.
all right. So and for you all who are just joining Warrior Class, Belay is a full instructor. He's been with the show since the beginning. He's been with me for 10 years.
Plus.
Yeah. So we're happy to have him back in the house.
Yes, sir.
It's been a minute, but I was assistant instructor for 10 years. I mean, it was 10 years since I became assistant instructor. I've been training for 12 now.
Really?
Almost 30. Yep. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume. You know, the other day we were talking. He you know, he said I've been training for 15 years. I'm like, damn. I thought it was, 10 years, but like, damn, and that means I can mobilize. Been like 20 years. Like, damn.
We are getting there. We are getting there.
Because I know, my wife and Kunle been training for like 26 years, something like that.
Wow.
So
yes, it's been a minute.
Yeah. Kunle and my wife really should have been master instructors by now, but of course they're, doing other stuff. Now my wife having babies. Kunle making babies, but
slightly different.
All right, so we're gonna start the news. Lately, I've been saying, Omaniki gonna bless us with the news, but I guess both of y'all gonna bless us with some news today. So,
I mean, you been doing the news. You took over the news department.
oh
Sort
man,
of ish.
Oh man,
So,
see,
we're happy to have you back, brother. I'm sure you got plenty of news. I do have one piece though, but I'm trying to pull it up right now.
okay. Well, I have three things I wanted to talk about. One really goes with what we're going to be discussing. The last one I'll save that. So the first thing is the security guard for Representative Jasmine Crockett was killed
yeah,
um, with a standoff with I think it was Dallas SWAT or was it police? Yeah, Dallas SWAT.
uh,
So that was something to pay attention to. That's something that never happens. Like you
he was
never see.
he was faking as law enforcement himself.
He was faking.
Yeah, he's pretending to be law enforcement.
Hmm.
He's a bodyguard and he does security. He is not law enforcement.
He was posing.
Yeah. Now that's according to the news. Yes.
Right. So we gonna have to wait and see how that pans out. So thoughts and
But
prayers.
I will say, in Chicago, there was a brother. He wasn't even security guard, but he was walking around the projects harassing brothers and sisters, well, sisters, but brothers, and he had a vest on, like bulletproof vest. He had two guns on him. He had a badge that said special police. That means he's not police
Right.
because ain't no such thing as special police. Um, he was faking as police, and he would. I don't know what he did with the brothers when he took them, supposedly taking them to jail. I ain't no telling where he put them at.
Yesterday I saw this dude. He was outside his house, and he had full security gear on, like the vest and everything had security in there, the straps. He had a gun, the utility belt, the gun. He had the leg brace with the straps, so you can have a gun and he was laying it out on the ground trying to get it straight. He was trying to put everything on. So I'm looking at it. I was like, hey, man, because he looked like the police. He had everything the police have, except he had security on the front of his vest. And sometimes you see police that wear the same thing when they're off duty, and except they'll will say police. So, or enforcement. Sometimes when they're off duty, sometimes they'll have enforcement instead of security. So I was like, hey man, who you do security for? He's like, nobody. So I was like, what? So I was like, what you? I was like, you doing something for social media? He was like, nah. So I was just looking. So I was like, is that a real gun? You got right there, and he showed it the laser. He's like, no, it's a toy gun, but it had a laser on it. He's a black dude, black. So then I was like, because I couldn't tell if he's like maybe 25. So I was like, so what you gonna do? He's like, nah, just gonna have it. I was like, so this ain't for nothing. This just for you. He was like, yeah. I was like, oh, so you serious about your crazy then, right? But then. And then he just smiled, and then I was like, "Man, how old are you?" Because he had a mustache, and he was like 16. I was like, "Oh," but then he said, "I'll be 17," and I was like, "Okay, something's not quite right." You know what I'm saying? But he had enough wherewithal to have the whole suit on and have it. And I asked him a couple more questions, and he seemed pretty, you know, he had some wits about him. I was like, your parents? I said, where your parents at? He's like, they're in the house. I was like, you should go in the house and frisk him. And then I just laughed and then I just left. But I was like, man, that is dangerous. And when I left, he was starting to walk to the neighbor's house, and he just was walking around the neighborhood. And I just thought that was wild. So anyway, but I just wanted to get
You know where he lives?
yeah.
Okay. Just wondering.
What made you ask?
Like we can use him for
No,
use him in the short. He got all the equipment.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought some prayers to her security guard, and I don't know what where it happened. I didn't read all the details in it, but I just thought that was interesting because you never hear about a representative security getting into it with police officers or anything like that. So I thought that, and she's always in the spotlight, and I know that she's not very liked by a lot of people. Not anyway.
Now, a lot of bodyguards or executive protection specialists, you can go and take a class in executive protection. It's a school. I can't remember the name of the school, but it's in Colorado, and it's taught by different veterans of executive protection and legal protection, like a former what they call the ones who secure the president.
Secret Service.
Secret Service, yes, former Secret Service agents and all that. So they teach at this school in Colorado. In fact, a friend of mine graduated from that school. I said, okay, well, you know, that's good. You graduated from them. You got your certificate and everything. I said, well, let me teach you a class on executive protection. And he said my class was better than theirs. I'm one dude.
That's
I'm
not
one
surprising.
dude.
Yeah, it's not surprising when now they're saying that the UFC is going to start training special forces. I just seen that announcement. I was like, what? That don't
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
So-
dude got some good
Oh boy, how far
money and influence.
how far SF has fallen there. God damn.
So another story that I saw that was big in the news, and I didn't think anything until I saw a guy talk about it who did security in the military. It was about the 4 Army drone systems that was stolen off base. And I saw this black guy. He was like, how did you get stolen?
Stolen in quotation.
Mhm.
Right. This guy that did security on Army base, he's like, we lost a drill bit. Just a drill bit. And they investigated for 2 weeks until they tracked it down. He's like, you don't get stuff off of the base. Like you just can't get stuff off of the base like that. Like, how did they get it off? He named so many procedures that you had to go through, like paperwork wise and everything, like too many people involved. Like this just don't happen. So that's just to let you know.
Some friends of mine who became detectives, they stole a crate of grenades.
Wow.
So you can get stuff off the base. You can get stuff off the base. You know what you're doing, but they investigated them for like 20 years. They just couldn't provide enough evidence, but they stole it.
Right.
And I know that.
I bet you now, though, with everything being so computerized and stuff, it's got to be a lot harder.
Well, now it's probably harder.
I would think so. You know what I'm saying? And then we talk about grenades, though. That's just, man. I wish I'd have known them back in the days. So, anyway,
In fact, I knew a white dude who he stole some grenades. I think he was just a reservist. He stole some grenades and was selling them for $50 a pop. That's cheap
woo,
as hell. $50 a pop
for a,
for a fragmentation grenade. Yep.
that's an explosive for $50.
And I said, man, I wish I had that money now. God damn. If I had the money for it, I'd buy 4 or 5 of them.
I know that's right. I know that we would have.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I wouldn't buy them now. Well,
right, because you got the algorithm. How the algorithms is, you'll start seeing commercials about people having them now that you get off the show. So the last story I have is something I just saw, and I had to put it on. I put it on my Facebook page, and I know people are not going to receive it properly, what I said, but there was a woman in Hearst, Texas, black woman, who was stopped for speeding, and ended up she ended up being taken down by officers. She filed a lawsuit saying that excessive force, which is all it got investigated. They closed it up, but internal affairs is supposed to be still investigating. And looking at the video, it's an issue that I have with us when it comes to resisting arrest in a certain situation. So we're not going to say so much on this platform, but you either resist all the way from the start and don't let it get started, or you comply. It's really not an in between. You don't wait until. So my whole issue with this situation is, first, this is a man with a gun. You're a woman without a gun, and even if it was a man, it would be the same situation. You got your 15-year-old child in the car with you. You got some decisions to make, and you got to make them before the police officer get to your car.
Yeah, bro.
You should have made those decisions before you left the house.
Right.
Exactly. So go ahead.
I was going to say the thing about it, because I saw the same one, is it was more of an attitude, ego type thing.
I was about to get at.
You gotta consider that, especially if you have a child.
You black. It's a white man. You know what I'm saying? You know what can happen, and you sitting there. That's cool, but when he hand you the ticket, you throw it out the window. That's not resisting responsibly. And that's not the place where you argue your ticket, that's not the place where you do any real argument. That's not the place to do it. And so once he say get out the car and he trying to take you out the car, you holding on and trying not to get taken out of the car, you're only prolonging and the inevitable at that point. You know what I'm saying? So your child is right there. Like, I would be afraid that if I resisted arrest, it put my child in danger. Right. That's what I'd be thinking. If I resist like you resisting anyway, that's going to put my child in danger. If I'm sitting there going to get the ticket from him, throw it out the window, try to roll the window up on him and all that stuff, that's not going to work out for you. And we got to stop being emotional in these situations. It scares me and gives me anxiety when I see. This is giving me a flashback of this woman when the headlines was, senior citizen, gets abused by the police. And she was like a 70-year-old woman. And she was just like, I ain't doing nothing, blah, 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 and end up the man, he really did take her down rough. But because you're 70 years old, it don't take a lot. And she was very thin. And I called my mom. I was like, Mom, police stop you. Do what they say. I don't want to see you getting in trouble. First of all, you ain't gonna be doing nothing that's gonna get you really in trouble. But if it's just a ticket, don't argue with them about no ticket. Argue it to the judge. And that's all I wanted to say about that, because that just really, like, I was like, man, she did not go about this properly.
Right.
We can't move like that. We got to understand that we just cannot move like that. And like Baba said, you gotta make your decisions long before that happens.
Me, Yellow Goon, Yami was a baby, and Ade was a little boy. We were going out to eat. Well, we had eaten. We were going back home. I was driving, so you know how long that was, because and I think I took I did. I took a U-turn when I should have just I was supposed to go straight or something. And the police stopped me. They said, can you get out the car, please? So I got the registration. I got my license on me. And I took them out, gave them the insurance. I took them out, gave them to the officer. He said, well, is this a valid insurance or something? He said like that. I said, yeah, of course. He said, well, can you call the insurance company? And I said, it's Sunday. The insurance company is closed. It's Sunday. He said, well, are you being belligerent, sir? This is a black man, too. I said, being belligerent, because I said it's Sunday. I stated the obvious, it's Sunday. And I started to really go at it with this dude, but I'm looking, my wife, my baby's in the car. If he had a shot,
right?
So
I know your wife was like, "Oh my God, please, bug."
Yeah, I said, let me chill out. So but I had to, mess with him a little bit. So he was asking me about something, and I started, messing with him with my words and stuff like that. But I stayed within legal boundaries. I wasn't trying to antagonize him. I just was messing with him a little bit. Of course, I called the place, and of course, they closed. So it went to court. I showed up at court, and I told the judge what happened. He threw that out. He threw it out.
Right.
Because I'm like, how could I give him proof? He said, well, let me see your insurance. He looked at the insurance. He looked at the date. He said, yeah, they're closed on Sundays. Why did the officer do that? The officer wasn't in court.
Oh man, oh yes, he knew that.
Throw out all day right there.
Yeah, I said, I don't know, but yeah, he probably didn't come to court because he realized that he messed up.
Right.
And he was like, case closed, case dismissed. Now, I was in court one time, and I was going to tell the judge. Now, this I had done illegal. I think I went through a stop sign or something, and I was going to tell the judge I don't have the money, because normally in Chicago you can say, well, I don't have the money for a judge, and he'll say, okay, well, you can pay on this date, but blah blah blah. And you go home.
Different now.
So the dude up in front of me, I was lucky. The dude in front, and I had the money, but I was just going to be like, I don't have. The dude in front of me was like, I don't have the money, Judge. He said, okay, and it was something like minor. He said, okay, 16 days in jail. I said, oh, and so he said, come on up. So I went up. He says, you have a $50 ticket. You have the money, right? I said, oh yeah, I got the money. Oh yeah. He said, all right, well, go down to the secretary and pay it, and then go home. I said, all right.
I know that's right.
Man, please.
Yeah, they don't play that in Atlanta. You don't have the money, you're gonna
Yeah,
be on probation for 2 years.
they got
Dang.
probation. And I was gonna say too, when they now they don't, it's not a simple process where you just say not guilty and then come back to court and the cop is supposed to be there. They make you come back like 4 or 5 times. They're gonna make
Yeah, if
you
he ain't there, they'll
miss
reschedule.
days at work,
Yeah.
miss all of that,
In
so
Chicago,
regular.
if the cop doesn't show up to court, they'll just they call it SOL.
Right. And they
Shit
had
out of luck.
that
So you,
here. What I'm saying now, and I'm sure if you keep coming back them 4 or 5 times, eventually when they supposed to come, if they don't come, I'm sure they throw it out because that's the witness.
well,
It's
But they
well,
also
make sure they
when I went
over
to
again.
court, when I went for court here though, the cop didn't show up, and like I said, he threw it out, but he was going to dismiss that anyway, was.
Mhm.
it's
That's
happened for
happened to me
me.
here too. But the last time I went to court, which was a few years ago, they changed the process where they make it a lot more days for you to come and miss work and all of that. Basically, they making it so that you just have to go ahead and pay it
Well,
because you're
sometimes
gonna keep
also,
coming back.
sometimes also it depends on the officer that made the arrest or gave you the ticket. If the relationship you got, if sometimes he'll tell the judge like I ain't, you know, and or if he has a not tell the judge, but if he has a track record, you know what I'm saying, of certain things, and this I was trying to decide if I was going to say this, but this is something for us parents. If you have a child, it might not work as well for you as a grown person, but you have a child that get in trouble with the police. Say they get caught with some weed or something like that, and they might be 18, 20 years old. So this happened to me, right? I tracked the cop down and got on the phone with him, and I was like, "Look, man, I don't got no record, man. I'm trying to do this and that, man. Is there anything you could do to help me out?" You know what I'm saying? He couldn't believe I called him and asked him that. He's like, "I can't believe you called and tracked me down and asked me this." I got his number, found him, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I ain't trying to get in trouble for some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah." So he said, "I tell you what, man, come to court. Make sure you go to court." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to court." He's like, "Well, just make sure you go to court." And I was like, "Yeah, man, can you help me out?" He's like, "Man, just make sure you go to court." So I'm all right, man. So I got on the phone. I'm thinking he ain't, some bullshit.
You're gonna try to
But
play
but
you.
that's what he did. He didn't show up, and he dismissed the charge, and I was so happy. So hey, as a child, I couldn't, boy. 18, my mom would have found out. Whoo! I wasn't old enough to escape the ass whipping. Yeah, this was back in the day. I might have she might have still tried to put my hands on me, boy. So anyway, just be diligent and some time to
Yeah,
work.
but absolutely.
Peace to Darion, Eugene Mason.
Yes, and thank you. Special thank you to Eugene Mason. He did me a solid last week, so I appreciate that, brother.
Okay, all right.
And I do have one piece of news. The headline is Zimbabwe rejects Trump's $350 million health deal, explaining that the proposal would have granted U.S. institutions access to the biological data of Zimbabweans. Africans are not guinea pigs. That's my favorite new saying. The government of Zimbabwe has reportedly rejected a proposal of 350 million of a $350 million health agreement linked to the United States, saying the conditions attached to the deal raise serious concerns about national sovereignty and the protection of citizens' personal data. Let's see. Government representatives emphasize that public health partnerships must be built on transparency, respect, and mutual benefit, rather than conditions that could compromise citizens' privacy or the national control over sensitive medical information. So I know, I think I mentioned a few weeks ago an interview that one of the Yoruba, one of the more famous Yoruba reporters or commentators had with 3 African presidents. One of them was the president of Zimbabwe. And in the tradition of Mugabe, he was the wisest one sitting there. He was very reserved with his answers. He turned around, everything that this guy was trying to ask and do, he turned it around and answered the way that he wanted to and said the way what he wanted to say to, reinforce just the pride of his nation, basically. And it's just, this story reminds me of, I don't know how closely either of you may have followed Bobby Hemmett, but I remember back in the day, Bobby Hemmett talking about how they were trying to map the human genome and how they were trying to exclude us. And they realized that they didn't get very far with mapping it because they weren't including, us in it. And then very closely after that, you started seeing all these different stories and all these different DNA companies popping up, telling you, oh, they can track your DNA and tell you where you're from and all that. And Bobby always talked about how that was part of them actually trying to map the human genome. All of a sudden, they want to tell us where we're from in Africa. No one ever had an interest in doing that before. But all of a sudden, they wanted to do that. And this story very much reminds me of that, they want to have this access to the personal data of, the original people.
It reminds me of the AIDS virus.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it reminds me of the AIDS virus.
Right, that too. Well, I just had a discussion about that with someone.
Yeah. They finally doing interviews with soldiers and stuff from back in that time that's admitting, which I don't know if they ever did admit it, but they're talking about how they classified it as warfare, like inoculations that was passing AIDS on in the African countries. It was a part of warfare, is how they was framing it. But anyway,
yeah, well.
Good,
I also
good.
thought it was interesting, I'm sorry, how low the number was, $350 million. They're spending $1 billion and $100 billion and $1 trillion left and right everywhere you see, but an African nation, they're going to offer them $350 million. So they thought it was going to come cheap.
They lowbrow Negroes all the way around the board.
Yeah, well.
Because some Black folks hearing that will be like, man, them Africans crazy. They $350 million? They should have took that.
Yeah.
They lowball themselves.
Right.
It made me think, real quick, this is the last, but in the UFC, John Jones wanted $15 million to fight Francis Ngannou. And Derek Lewis, who I love, another brother, publicly said, "Give me $1 million and I'll fight." Well, no, Negro.
We're going Jamal Bryant situation.
Don't you get what he do? Like, that's gonna raise the bar for all of y'all.
Right.
And you gonna go in and cut his legs out. That's how things don't happen for us. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how to stand for. Well, I'm not saying we don't know how to stand. We have to learn. More of us have to learn to stand united and stand for something.
And really, MMA is more popular than boxing. But boxing's purse is much higher than MMA's.
Yeah, they just offered this no-name dude. They ain't got a belt. That's where the $15 million came from. No, was it $100 million? They just offered this dude. That's how I can't even think of the white dude name to own UFC. Dana White. He getting into boxing, and his debut, the way he got in is by offering this dude this big purse to fight this guy, and that really made the people in the UFC mad because they like, man, we getting killed over here. We can't get this. Like, what's $22,000 is the base pay?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's like $22,000 is the base pay for fighting. Man, and you only get about 3-4 fights a year. That you basically, you might as well go ahead and work And Amazon did. You know what I'm saying? You might as well
Right.
work at Amazon and just spot people because you ain't getting nothing. So
And,
anyway,
and you ain't getting your head kicked off.
you
Right.
know, might feel like it, but that's
You ain't
not
getting
actually
right. You ain't getting choked out. Yeah.
unless you got a really mean muscle. Yeah.
I was going to say, Darion says some African states did take the deal, including some in the AES, it seems.
Hmm. So, well, you know, again, you give people a they weakened state,
Right.
and they gonna have to accept. You know what I mean? Hopefully, they take the money and don't allow them to do what they want to do. Still, you know what I'm saying? Not that I'm a proponent of doing crooked business, but hey, take the money and run. Take the U.S. money, act like you don't know what they're talking about.
I'm sure they got, well, I don't know how they got it set up. Never mind.
No power to them.
All right, so we're gonna start the episode. Who profit from the game? Some of us play. Who profit from the game. All right. Today we're discussing something that we can determine the difference between safety and victimization, situational awareness, and pre-attack indicators. Let me begin with the principle that professionals in military, self-defense, and executive protection all agree on. The best self-protection technique is avoidance. I'll say that again. The best self-defense technique is avoidance, not martial arts, not weapons, not strength, avoidance.
Now, that idea surprises many people. Most people assume self-defense begins with learning how to fight. Professionals know that the safest fight is the one that never happens. Avoidance keeps you out of situations where violence becomes necessary, and avoidance begins with something simple: paying attention.
Exactly. Violence prevention begins long before any physical confrontation occurs, like with that sister and getting pulled over.
Exactly.
Most violent encounters are not random explosions of aggression, they follow patterns. Predators often telegraph their intentions through body language, behavior, and psychological manipulation. Our goal today is to recognize those signs early enough to avoid danger completely.
In warrior class, and in my martial art class and everything, we say awareness is the currency that buys you time and opportunity. The earlier you detect danger, the more options you have. Consider this scenario. You're walking across campus at night. You're texting, headphones in, eyes down. At that moment, you surrender your situational awareness. And I see this all the time over by Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
You see all the students, they looking at their phone and texting, headphones in. You see it all the time on college campuses. You see it hospital campuses. You see it, just on the block. At that moment, you surrender your situational awareness. To a predator, you become what we call a low effort target. A low effort target.
Yep. Predators look for convenience. They prefer victims who are distracted, isolated, and unaware. Someone who appears confident and observant is much less attractive as a target. Situational awareness is not paranoia, it's simply being present in your own environment.
Exactly. Situational awareness means knowing what's happening around you, not fear, not anxiety, just attention. When you lose awareness, you fall behind what we call the action reaction curve. That means the attacker attacks before you even realize something is wrong.
Let's look at pre-attack indicators. These are behavioral cues professionals watch consistently and constantly. Recognizing them early gives you time to leave, create distance, prepare. Number one is body posture. People reveal intentions through posture. During normal conversation, people stand relaxed and square to each other. But someone preparing for violence may adopt a bladed stance. One foot forward, one foot back. Think about how a boxer stands. That stance allows powerful movement and sudden strikes. Your brain may notice this before you consciously understand it. That's when you feel something like something about this person seems off.
That feeling shouldn't be ignored. And we talk about that, or your pride. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we talk about that too. That feeling shouldn't be ignored. Your brain is constantly processing subtle signals, movements, posture, tone, voice. When something doesn't match normal social patterns, your instinct may alert you first. That instinct is part of your natural threat detection system.
Number 2 is eye contact. Eyes can reveal a great deal about someone's intentions. There are 3 unusual patterns to watch for. First, looking through you. The person seems to stare past you as if you're invisible. They may be mentally rehearsing an attack. Second, looking around you. Quick darting glances could indicate they're checking for accomplices or escape routes. Third, excessive staring. In some environments, intense staring can be a way of testing dominance.
3, the hands. Remember this simple rule. The hands kill, right? Not the gun, not the knife, not the bat, the hands. Because the hands are what is operating these tools. Remember, we teach you're the weapon, and these knives, guns, or whatever I have are just tools. Okay. Weapons are used with hands, so always know where someone's hands are. If their hands are hidden in pockets, behind their back, inside a bag, your level of awareness should immediately increase.
Yeah, well, law enforcement officers are trained to watch hands first for exactly that reason. If you cannot see someone's hands, you cannot predict what they might do next. Visible hands reduce uncertainty. Hidden hands increase risk.
Number 4 is course interception. Predators sometimes try to intercept your path. Imagine you're walking south down a sidewalk. Someone behind you is also walking south. That's normal. But if you turn east and they turn east, you speed up and they speed up, the pattern suggests tracking behavior. Predators may maneuver themselves into positions where they can intercept their target.
Number 5 is verbal engagement. Many attacks begin with conversation, but it's often provocative conversation. Examples include, what are you looking at? You think you're better than me? Why are you ignoring me? These statements are designed to pull you into emotional engagement. Once you're distracted, the predator may move closer or signal others.
The Empress Reign says, thank you for clearly stating how not to ignite a confrontation, how to carry yourself in a situation that may cause fright. Yeah,
Fight.
thank you. Oh, fight. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Might need glasses.
That's really fright and a fight.
Yeah, I guess so. So what's that? The Saratoga is what? So I'm not gonna promote that. That's why I try to turn from the. But anyway, thank you, appreciate it. Why not spend on your water, man? You spend on you drink expensive whiskey. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, 6 is group dynamics. Most predators prefer a numerical advantage. They avoid fair fights. That's why some attacks occur in groups. It just reminded me of my daughter. I was so proud. I took her to see Baba's wife. Took her to Baba's wife Botanica, multicultural Botanica, and I love the way Baba say that when he say it pompously. But I took my daughter there, and they was just talking to each other, and I was trying to act like I wasn't paying attention when I was. But she was saying how y'all was going to ask for something. She was like, yeah, you know, I noticed this. So and so. It was I was with a group of because they're talking about Mississippi, how bad it is, and she's like, yeah, we seen this guy about to do something, but when we go out, anytime one of us go out, we all go out. It's a big group. So I was like, that's good. Y'all Goon had already said it, but I was like, I'm glad she knows. But even though I tell her this, I don't know, she might, slip up and tell the truth on yourself sometimes. But she wasn't thinking, and she was just like, yeah, we always go out in a group, but we never go out. None of us go out by ourselves. And I was like, thank goodness for that, because 600 miles away, it's going to take me way too long to get there in certain situations. So I'm glad she's using her awareness, situational awareness, to know she's not from there. She's a woman. She's a young woman, young black woman. It's Mississippi. Exactly. So anyway, most predators prefer a numerical advantage. They avoid fair fights. That's why some attacks occur in groups. One disturbing example is the knockout game. Groups select a victim, and so I thought this was there. I thought when somebody's standing against the wall and they press against your chest. Hey, how you doing? She's being quiet too. Man, when you mess with her.
Yes.
Groups select a victim and attempt to knock them unconsciously with a surprise strike. The entire tactic depends on surprise. Situational awareness disrupts that surprise. I just want to say real quick. I was at the gas station in the hood, where at a gas place that I should not have been at. The Shell on Cleveland Ave is not a good place to get gas at night.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, my daughter just told her mother she was eating her food, and we all know she was not. So
I'm at the gas station in Cleveland, and this dude come up to me and started talking, asking me about my truck, saying he got one just like it. And I can tell, brother, you do not have a vehicle. Not just you don't have a truck, you don't have a vehicle. You may not have a home, but I'm not trying to shame you, but I'm looking at you. I know, I can tell, you know what I'm saying, you ain't doing that well. And he talking to me, so I immediately started thinking, this is why I'm pumping the gas. So I'm like, this is something ain't right here. And I noticed a car was parked beside my truck, but it wasn't at the gas pump and it wasn't in the parking lot. And the dude actually got out. And he was coming coming towards me, and I took my shades off and you could see, like, I'm looking. Because the shades, you can't tell where I'm looking at, so he might have still tried. I took the shades off, and he acted like he was throwing something in the trash or whatever he did, got in the truck and rode off, and the guy that was talking to me just stopped and walked away. And I was like, and it was something was about to happen. I can't say what. Something was about to happen. So anyway, the entire tactic depends on surprise. That's groups. I was saying groups select and attempt to knock out. That's the knockout game where they select the victim and knock them out unconscious with a surprise attack. That entire tactic depends on surprise. Situational awareness disrupts that surprise.
Yeah, Bo. Number 7 is gut instinct. Humans have powerful subconscious threat detection. Your brain constantly processes small cues: posture, tone, movement, context. That uneasy feeling, it's your brain recognizing that something doesn't match normal behavior. Many people ignore that feeling because they worry about appearing rude, but safety should always take priority over politeness. That is so huge and so key. The social contract that we have to not mention things when it may be disturbing to someone, or if it may seem rude. Like, we really have to push past that and work with
Especially
our
women.
children and our family to push past that.
Especially women too, and men have to do it with their ego. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like, you see a group of dudes on the same, you cross the street, you ain't got to try to walk through them. There's a funny reel about this guy in New York, and he was going across the brownstone with a bunch of dudes that he's like, all right, get ready. He talking to himself, hyping himself up. And then it showed the thoughts of each dude he passed by. Yeah, I should rob you, but you look like you're chilling. I'm gonna leave you alone and blah, blah, blah. Just walk across. It's funny. That was funny, but just walk across the street, bro. No, I don't want to look like no punk, so I can't walk across. And he was saying that and everything, and so, like, man, yeah, the ego, and women want to be polite, letting the dude get too close in their space. That's what that's talking about. Yeah.
Right.
Pay attention to the cues.
Physical cues, huh?
I was just gonna say, when I first had my son, and I was sort of living in this place by myself. I didn't have a car. I was doing a lot of walking, and I started to this was before I started taking class, but I started to kind of develop these sort of security concepts for myself. And one of the sayings that I came up with during that time was, sometimes close is close enough. And what I meant by that is, sometimes when you let a person get close enough to you, you're already in too much danger. Sometimes you have to make sure that they just stay away from you, because you think that, you're just having a conversation, but they really have completely different intentions.
Yeah.
Right. Shit, not sometimes. Well, most times.
Right. I mean, now I know you, Baba. So, but this is like me just kind of feeling my own way through, trying to develop some security, because now I have this baby that I have to think about.
Right. Now, physical cues are only part of the picture. Predators may also manipulate victims psychologically. Let's examine the 7 psychological signals. Number 1 is forced teaming. Forced teaming creates an artificial partnership. For example, we're in this together. How are we going to solve this problem? I was on a bus stop one time. It was raining. And the dude said to me, man, we caught in the rain, ain't we? I was like, I'm caught in the rain. You caught in the rain over there. But we're not caught in the rain together.
I thought you was going to talk about. I know you told the story here before, where the old man on the bus was like, "Let him talk to me like that."
Now that's psychological manipulation too. What he said was, so it was an elder on the bus, about 70 years old or whatever, and it was me and my friend Big Mike on the bus. And I think we were going to the movies or something. And this, like, three young men were talking crazy to him, to the older gentleman. And he was in the right, they were in the wrong, and they were talking crazy. And he said, one of the dudes like, man, we'll jump up and slap you or something. And the old man says, you think these 2 young men here gonna just sit there and let you slap me?
That's wisdom.
I love that, boy. It was manipulation, but it was wise manipulation.
Oh yeah.
That's wisdom, right?
And then we were looking at the guys like, hell no, we're not gonna just sit here. And
you just made.
Then they cooled out after that.
You just made me miss my dad, Bob, a little bit. My dad, every time I used to come to my dad's house, my dad was a poker player. Well, I used to go to his car houses. I don't know if y'all know about car houses, but my dad had car houses in the city. So when I wanted to see him, I had to go to one of the car houses. So I would go to the house and come in. As soon as I come in, my dad like, there go my son now. Now, what you was saying about me? What you was talking about? My son here now. Now go and see what you was saying now. Every time he talking to somebody different. Remember what you were saying earlier? They go, my son now. What you got to say now? I don't know who the gangster is, I'm 17, 18 years old. These grown men with pistols everywhere. And my son here now, he ain't gonna talk like that. Nah, I know he gonna talk like that. Nah. Jeez, boys. Anyway, that was a fun thing. It's a fun thing.
Now my father, he wouldn't use that because I knew he wanted to kill the. So he did security at a bank, and he was on the phone. You know, the payphone. They had, you know, payphones in those days. He was on the payphone, and I went to the bank to see him, and I'm standing behind this dude who's waiting to get on the phone. I'm standing behind him, and so he said, "Hey man, hey old dude, won't you get off the phone? I got to use the phone." I'm standing right behind the dude, you know, and I'm thinking if he tries to move on my father, I'm a wreck this dude, right? And so the dude turns to me. Now, he ain't noticing our look. He's just noticing my skin. I got light skin. My father is very dark, so he ain't even thinking we related. He ain't even looked at the features. He just turned around. He said, "Man, you see this old mother effer? This mother effer, he on the phone like this, man. I should whoop his ass." I said, "Yeah, you should do that. You should do that." And he said, "Yeah, I think I am gonna whoop this." And he said that loud. So my father said, "Excuse me, I'm gonna have to call you back." Got off the phone. He said, "Now what did you say you gonna do?" He said, "I said I'm gonna beat your ass." And then my father said, "And so you gonna whoop me, and what you think my son gonna be doing to you while you whooping me?" And he turned around, he looked at our faces. He said, "Oh," he walked out the bank.
I know that.
I'm like, "Man, you gonna get wrecked in here." But
the thing I took away from that story is that you did not practice avoidance.
well, I practiced avoidance, but I didn't use it at that time. I didn't use it then. He was talking about whooping my father. I'm like, okay, come on. Go ahead, do that. But so the first of the 7 is sports teaming. That's we're in the same boat. But you never agreed to a partnership with this person. So, like when he was turning to me, you know, I should whoop his ass. Yeah, you should do that. I didn't agree to no partnership with this dude. So yeah, I want to see this. The goal is to manufacture instant trust. That's what the goal of force teaming is. And I guess he was trying to force team me, and I force teamed him.
Right. It's funny that happens in dating as well, and I've seen women caution against that. You know, it's a psychological thing where, all of a sudden there's something that happens, and there's this instant trust that's supposed to be extended after that. So it happens in a lot of different areas.
Oh yeah.
Charm and niceness. Charm is often misunderstood. Charm is not a personality trait. It is indeed a strategy. Predators may appear unusually friendly and helpful. Remember, niceness is behavior, not character.
Yeah, but
so what I say in class is always niceness is a strategy of social interaction.
Yeah, but
yes.
And charm is a verb. You know, he's charming me.
Right.
He's doing something. He ain't just being charming. He's charming you. Okay.
Africans are not guinea pigs, and charm is a verb.
Right, exactly.
How do I turn the charm off, Bob? I don't know.
I would hate, but I was going to make a similar joke about myself, so never mind. Too many people. Sorry.
Good.
The next one is too many details. Truthful explanations are usually simple. Deceptive people often provide too many details. Why? Because they're trying to convince you.
Exactly, brother. I just got out of jail yesterday, and my house burned down, and I tried to get on my feet, but I just applied for a job interview, and I don't think I'm gonna get it. Do you can I borrow $10 for it? Hey,
Or the brother who was telling you about his truck.
I mean, you had to come with all that. No, I don't believe you just got out of jail and you did all that shit. Just motherfuckers just come to me, ask for the money. That's one thing. But you gonna give me all this backstory? No.
It's probably just the truthful part is I just got out of jail and can I
That's
have
it. That's it. All the in between, trying to save my child. You know what I'm saying? And blah, blah,
Right.
blah. Man, we ain't got no kids. Go ahead.
You're right. The third one is typecasting. Typecasting uses a mild insult to manipulate you. For example, you're probably too stuck up to talk to someone like me. Now you feel pressure to prove them wrong. And suddenly you're engaged in conversation, exactly what they wanted. You know, and this happens to women all the time. A dude be sitting on his porch and you walking by. He say, "Hey, Miss Lady, hey, pretty lady," and you just ignore him. And he said, "Man, F you stuck up ass." He's wanting you to turn around and check him.
Right. Something.
Because now you're having a conversation.
Right.
Just ignore that jive. Ignore that jive. Keep moving. Keep moving, but make sure you're looking over your shoulder.
Yeah. Were you finished, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Loan sharking. I used to do this back in the days all the time. No, just kidding. Loan sharking involves offering help you didn't request. Once you accept the help, the person expects something in return. Human psychology dislikes feeling indebted. Predators take advantage of that instinct all the time.
I was gonna say that reminds me of the honey bun scenario that people always illustrate for if you're in prison or a jail situation. That's some hellified loan sharking right there.
Yeah. And it's real too. Not necessarily happen just like that, but it's real. Cigarettes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Protection. Like, don't worry about it, bro. I got you. Ain't nobody fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
Quick.
And it happens out in the street all the time.
Yep.
You know, hell, I always tell. I got several women who are my daughters, but them and other women learn to change your own tire. It's for your safety, because a dude will pull up. You know, let me help you with that. Dude, you don't know, and for your convenience, you're like, "Oh, okay," and he helped you change the tire, and then he asked him something else.
Yeah.
That is loan sharking.
I was listening too fast, Bob, when you said I got several women. I was like, wait, what?
Several women who are my daughters.
I know y'all go ears went up when you said that.
I've got daughters who range from 37 years old down to 3, but most of them are grown. So
you got daughters who got daughters.
Right, exactly.
Having a festival saying honey buns for your cakes.
Right. Right.
Buns for cheeks.
Right. He write a bun for your cakes, men and women.
Right.
My friend just went to my homeboy just went to do his sentence. He got to do a year and a half, and his biggest concern is not his cakes, but somebody playing with him, trying to you know what I'm saying, befriend him and manipulate him and stuff like that. And because he's not afraid to do something, but he's not afraid to do something, but he don't want to get more time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, also, if somebody takes your cakes while you're locked up, even if you kill them, they still took your cakes.
Right. That don't mean that's
So,
the bad part about it, because no, I was about to say it. They still took your case no matter what, but you got to die.
yeah, he so well, we feel the person had to die, yes. Some people just get their cakes taken and they just living with that. Many people just living with that. In fact, most people in jail, in prison, are living with that. When I went to jail, I was like, man, you know, they ain't raping nobody in this jail because they ain't got to.
Oh, shit, I'm sorry.
Dudes are giving it up to them because they're that intimidated. They giving up the ass. They don't have to take your cakes.
Somebody will.
Right. Yeah. That's some deep job. And I said to myself too that, you know, I get extra time. If you don't give me extra time for fighting, you definitely gonna give me extra time for killing this mug.
He's definitely gonna die
If he tries me, because he ain't gonna get my cakes. But he might try to get them, but he gonna die. he gonna die for that. So, and a prank was pulled on me when I went to jail. The guard, when they were taking me up to my pod, he said, "Oh, you going in this pod?" It was a young dude standing in the door right then, jacking off. I said, "Okay, well, do it. Come on, let's go." I'm cracking my head and loosening my shoulders because I'm ready. And this fool is just at the door. I said, "Come on." And he acted like he was about to open up that door, and then he said, "Man, we ain't taking you in there. You over 30. So if you're over 30 and you go to jail down here, it's you go to a different age group. Well, it's 30 to 33, then it's 34 and up. So I think I was 34. Yeah. And so he took me to another section that's 34 to whatever age. That's a calmer pod, much calmer. Mm-hmm. The pod that's 18 to 33.
Young boys get it cracking up in there.
Right.
They ignorant and they got a lot of energy.
Right, exactly.
All right, this number 6 is unsolicited promises. If someone says, "I promise I won't hurt you," ask yourself, why is that promise necessary? Unsolicited reassurance often signals hidden intentions.
If you're on a date with somebody and during the date, ladies, he stops and he says, or men, and your date stops and says, "Now I wouldn't kill you. I wouldn't kill you." He said, what the hell was that? Right? But when they say, I promise I won't hurt you. A lot of times people say that, they say it in different ways of the promise, but y'all fall for that. Change that to, I wouldn't kill you.
Right.
I wouldn't kill you. And you say, man, this motherfucker is crazy. You say it then. But he's just talking about he wouldn't hurt you. You know, a woman like you, I couldn't see myself hurting nobody like you, whether it's physical or emotional. he's telling you he would.
It's a red flag.
Right. That's a definite red flag.
Right.
Ignoring the word no. This is the last one. One of the clearest danger signals is someone refusing to accept your boundaries. If a person keeps pushing after you say no, they are demonstrating control-seeking behavior. Never allow strangers to negotiate your safety boundaries. Now, I want to say with these 7, we may have committed 1 or 2. You all may have committed 1 or 2. If it's over 1 or 2, you're committing 3, 4, or you're committing specific ones, you're a dangerous person. You either need to reassess yourself or reassess that person. The ignoring the word no, that's probably one of the most common ones. We'll hear that from our parents.
Yeah.
That don't mean your parents no killer. That mean they ain't trying to hear no.
Right.
We hear from the woman we with or the man we with. Specifically when it comes to intimacy. If you say no, not tonight. They say,
oh, baby, God, I'm just saying.
Right. Well, why not tonight?
Baba did the same reenaction last week.
Right.
Because we men, we know how to.
It was on something else though. And you got to be able to say no and feel comfortable. Not this person making me feel guilty for saying no.
Yeah, bro.
No is no. And that's it. You
know. Violence really happens without warning. The signal often appears in posture, eye movement, hand position, movement patterns, and psychological manipulation.
Recognizing these signals gives you the most valuable advantage in personal safety. Time.
Right.
Yes.
And you want to have enough time either to get away or prepare yourself or whatever you have to do.
I told Bob.
I'm sorry. This is kind of an odd philosophical question based in wow, I cannot think of. Never mind. You go ahead, Belay, and I'll come up with it.
I was just gonna say, well, first to answer Brittany's question, I used to stay about 4 blocks from Cleveland Ave in right on the border of Hateville, Brittany, but I just moved back to the south side, so I'm kind of off of Old National now. But we're kind of off of Old National. But anyway, what I was gonna say is I told Bob about this. This is one of those times where I kind of let my ego get the best of me in this situation, and I chose violence. But because I had my resolve, the violence didn't happen. There's one thing when you're not perceiving it, or you do perceive the situation, and you get to make an assessment and make your own decision on what you want to do. Because it still bought me time having the awareness. But so I'm delivering a package to this to the deep Confederate South, and it's this, for lack of better words, this redneck who also had a Confederate flag, but he had the gay flag on the Confederate flag. They was together. So here's the big gay.
That's some intersectionality right there.
So
a gay redneck. Wow.
A gay redneck. He had his shirt off and everything with some shorts. So just like a redneck when you see in his yard, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have known he was gay if it wasn't for the music he was playing was kind of dance like music. That's what gave him away. Other than that, he'd have just been a NASCAR or whatever, just a redneck. So anyway, he got a long driveway. I pull up in the driveway, and when I'm getting the package, I noticed his dog comes up right to the truck. So it's a big dog, like a mastiff. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't barking. He ain't barking. He just got that. He just pointed at it. Like, what you gonna do? So I'm looking for the package. I keep looking to see if he gonna grab the dog, put the dog up. He's staring at me. So he behind the dog, just staring at the truck. So I get the package and I look for a minute. I'm waiting. So he ain't gonna go get the dog. I said, okay, all right. I give him a second. We're not supposed to get out the car if the dog is off out the van if the dog is loose. We can reject, the package or whatever. Instead, I let my ego get the best of me. I pulled this the same knife. I pulled this knife out. I put it in my hand. If somebody from the company is watching, I'm sure I'm gonna get in trouble for this. I pulled my tool out with the package in one hand, got out, and started walking right towards the dog. Because the dog was in front of the driveway, so I couldn't get past the dog. I started walking to the dog. I didn't have it up like this. I just had it down with the package in my hand. Acting like I was reading, wasn't even paying no mind, like I was totally oblivious. That man called that dog and put him in there and put him in his cage then. Because listen here, I ain't got time to play with you. And I'm gonna show you I ain't the one to play with. But me reading this, going through this whole scenario, that was the wrong assessment. I shouldn't have did it. I shouldn't have did that. First of all, he just said, get him. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no. I'm gonna say he wouldn't have got me. He would have got this instead. But a dog is fast. It's no. I could have got bit.
They got a lot of tools.
I could have got bit. Something could have happened. He was gonna get ended. But what about taking the chunk out of my arm or my leg first, or something like that? That could have had me damaged for. You know what I'm saying? So
when you're dealing with the dog, now you had a package in your other hand.
Yep.
But shit, you could drop that package. You have to sacrifice your hand though. You sacrifice your hand only for a brief moment though. You sacrifice that hand because a dog will always, this is their instinct. They will always follow the fastest moving object. So you move with your hand, he's gonna go to attack your hand, and then you gut him, or you stab him in his carotid.
We did a show on how to handle dogs one time, didn't we?
Oh, it was during the workshop, and somebody asked about handling the dog.
Oh, okay. Because I'm about to say, you told me that. Like I knew that. My instinct was with the package that came to me, I was gonna throw the package. You know what I'm saying?
And you can do that too. Yeah.
I was gonna take the package, throw it at him, and then yeet. Exactly what I was going for. But the whole point of this is, even somebody that's trained, every now and then, your ego can get the best of you. We got to try to stay in control at all times because I didn't want that violence. I wanted that time. But when I sit back now and think, I didn't want that. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I wanted to happen. So we got to stay in control. And it's not easy. That was the whole point of me even telling that.
Well, really, the dog shouldn't have really. I mean, he would have gotten it if it was me. He would have gotten it. But the dog really doesn't deserve it. It's the master, owner.
Yeah.
That's who deserves it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But see, knowing how they love their dogs, oh man, that killed them right there. That killed him. He probably took his own life. Or maybe he would have charged that.
No, he'd have danced off against you because he was
kill my dog.
Oh God.
Oh man, I miss you.
Right. I got my question now, Baba. Now at the end, we said here that the most valuable advantage in personal safety is time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking automatically that the second most valuable would be distance. So I was going to ask you if that's what you thought, but then I started thinking about like the kind of quantum physics definition of how time and distance are the same thing.
Right, exactly.
So what? Okay, so that's what I was going to ask you. If you
So
felt like they were the same in that instance, that time and distance
yes.
operate in the same.
So
Deep.
now, number one, this one is a better question than your question Thursday about observe. She had a question about observe. Anyway,
I don't remember.
it's
Yeah.
it's
I'm sure it was brilliant though.
but in this instance, yes. So distance is a product of time, and time is a product of distance. So if I sit here, there's no movement with me at all, and that's almost impossible. Why is it impossible? Because time is created by motion. Okay. Distance is motion. What is distance? So my distance to this dude across the street is so and so. It'll take him this much time to run across the street and reach me.
Right.
It takes me this much time to walk across the street and reach him. So they are affected by each other and interrelated with each other. Yes.
If you see it in time, you saw it in distance too. You know what I'm saying? And you can look at it that way too. I see a group and I analyzed the situation far enough away where I got more choices than I would have had if I got closer. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Distance and time. So yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. Metaphysically.
Now her question about observe. So I was speaking on technique or something, and I said, well, no. She said, so we observed so and so. I said, no, we watch so and so. We watch. I said, during an attack, you don't have time to observe.
Right.
Observe takes time. But she said, well, isn't observe also, you practice, you celebrate something? I said, that is this white man's definition. Also, you added that, but I'll look up the definition. So I looked up the definition, and the first definition is it's got to be done with the eyes. You observe with the eyes, right? You don't have to look at something. Well, not look. You don't have to watch something with your eyes, because we monitor with our hands. You can use, and so what I was saying is in those instances, you using your sensitivity. But if you observe something, that takes your eyes and that takes time.
As soon as you said it, it made perfect sense. Like the difference from watching something and observing. To observe is almost like you have to be outside of you. You have to study. You don't have time to study the person. What is he wearing? What is it? You just gotta watch and check. And, you know what I'm saying? Let the data in real time. You know what I'm saying? Process. That makes sense. Now,
Our manifesto said he would have done belay like John Wick for killing his dog. Yes, he would have tried to. Yeah.
I was gonna say he don't sound like he had those.
But he'd done the dance off first. That would happen first, and then if he lost the dance off, then he'd have turned to John Wick.
Now you can sit on your porch and observe your neighbors, and then once you observe them, you got to realize you got to watch them after that.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do that every time. Once you observe one time, now you got to watch them every time you see them. It's dangerous.
I was gonna say, quiet as kept, he would have lost the dance off to Belay for sure. So he definitely would have had.
He got stabbed up after he lost the dance off. He would still got it. That's what would have happened. I definitely took the dance off challenge and won. So that would happen. Me and Bob are gonna have our warrior class dance off. It's coming.
Oh man, I look forward to that.
You've been challenging me for over a decade. I'm getting a little tired of it. Getting a little tired of y'all, so it's coming.
Hey, Brittany,
Unless the category was voguing.
I think B-Lake is probably Vogue too, Brittany.
Yeah, B-Lake can vogue too now.
Listen, I wouldn't vogue, but can I vogue?
Don't let them fool you now.
Let me be honest now. I would not vogue, but can I vogue is a totally different question without vogue. And the funny thing about that, one of the creators of voguing, I know them.
Wow.
They have me. Matter of fact, I think both of you may have seen him before.
His name Vogue. His name Johnny Vogue.
Maybe not Vogue. He's my brother that stays in New York. They're close friends. They grew up together.
I knew it was gonna have something to do with your brother.
I knew that had something to do with his brother too.
You had to, y'all had to. Cause y'all, I mean, I have a brother who's a fashion designer in New York, y'all. So yeah, he's yeah. And Vogue came out around that time. They was about
no. You don't observe with your ears. 9 minutes. You don't
like hear.
Yeah, right. By definition, you don't. Yeah, right. That's true.
Being aware, you are aware of strange sounds around you, but that's not observing.
It could be part of the observing, though. I would say, though, about what you say.
No.
He just being
right. He's got a picture.
Yeah, no, because again, I can see it. But while you're observing, you hear blah blah blah. You know, yeah, okay. You observe with your eyes. I give it to him. We're gonna get that to him, y'all. We can get that to him.
It's part of the awareness sphere.
Right now, it is part of the awareness sphere. Yes, and we did do a episode on using the ears.
Yes, we did. I hate when Bob will pull on him. That's part of a technique he got sometimes. I think that's your dad that used to do that, didn't he?
What?
Pull the ears in certain situations.
Yes. Anything that deals with skin grabs and things like that, yes.
Oh yeah. Feels I remember that. Yeah, it's bad. I hate when he demonstrates.
You can actually throw by the ears too.
Yeah. Whew. Violent days. I miss them.
I thought I was getting caught and thrown out, but I'm good. I'm in an unauthorized. This is the guerrilla podcast that I'm doing right now.
The owner, he just waiting until the show's almost at the end, then he'll
call the popo.
Right.
So I can go out there.
Is that the dude Ali's place?
This is the Arts Exchange.
Oh, so right. I thought I got it. It's the Arts Exchange. I thought that was his place.
No.
I'm like, that bastard! You on the show with that bastard?
Looks like a nice place wherever you're at.
And what was crazy, I was describing. I was telling Kalanja about. I said, man, I'm disrespected by this dude, and he was. Yeah, you do. And he knew exactly who I was talking about by my description of him and the way he was looking. He said, "Man, there's something wrong with that dude, man. There's something wrong with it." He said, "You know, there's something wrong with that dude."
Yeah.
I said, "I don't know. I don't know." And I recently just studied.
On the podcast. I'll say what I was going to say when we get off.
But I recently just studied his podcast. I mean, not podcast, his Facebook, and he seemed more normal than when you talk to him.
Probably.
Like, man.
Imagine.
Yeah.
He's got some redeeming qualities.
No. I won't say that. But no, that was like 20 years ago or something, 15 years.
Oh, wow. See,
so,
people,
he's grown.
You probably forgot about it because
he hadn't forgotten.
No, you don't forget.
Now
Men
I
don't
tell
forget.
you that he hasn't forgotten because I saw him 2 years ago, I think it was. He hadn't forgotten.
Men don't forget getting chunked off. You don't never
That's true.
forget
That's
getting.
true. That's true.
Men don't forget getting chunked off. I don't care
Oh,
who did it, how old he
Right.
was. Men regret. Men regret not doing something in situations for the rest of their life if they get chunked. I still regret somebody. Mario knocked my books down one day when I was walking with this girl, and I had books in my hand. Mario knocked my books down and ran. I was like, yo, I should have did something. Man. To this day, I feel like I should have did something.
Yeah, you should have. You should have.
I know.
Brittany said probably found the right combination of meds.
Right.
There
Probably.
you go. There you
Probably.
go. That made me think of my friend again. It just turned himself in. He went in, so he went to counseling. They gave him drugs and stuff.
Who?
Which my friend had turned himself in, my homeboy.
Oh.
Before his sentencing, he was going to counseling.
That's what I said. They must have gave him the drugs before he turned himself in.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
They gave him no, not before. Yeah, before he turned himself in. Right. To be for sentencing, not turn himself in when he originally got the charges, but he counseling was a part of it, and the way we grew up, man. I'm one of the only folks that I know almost from my peers that didn't do hard drugs. You know what I'm saying? So for him,
That's terrible.
It is. Like I always tell people, you know, my best friend was doing cocaine and I was 15. He was 15 years old. By the time my peers was in there like 18, everybody was doing heroin. Everybody was nodding and falling out, snorting the powder, not injecting, but they was doing that. Right. And then, so yeah, he's been loving all the drugs they've been giving him in counseling. And I'll be like, yo, don't take all that stuff. He's like, man, they helped me. And then he ain't doing no other drugs now. So he went to the people like, man, I'm scared I might kill somebody in there, man. You got something I can take for that? Like, yo, stop asking them for stuff.
I'll tell you, one of my daughters, she was taking medication and all they gave her, oh boy, she was taking it. Oh boy. And she was like, if I stop taking it, I'll go crazy. She had stopped taking it. She hearing voices telling her to kill folks and all kinds of shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
She got pregnant, had to stop taking the medicine. She ain't taking the medicine since. She's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let these people. Now, some medicine, you know, you should continue to take. You shouldn't start it. You should find some kind of herbal or natural way. But once she started it, she was convinced she had to keep that up until she couldn't keep it up, and now she don't take nothing.
They tell you that about a lot of drugs too, and it's not true. Even a lot of diabetics.
So those drugs cost a hell of a lot of money. I was taking this one blood thinner that my mother had to get it because we just couldn't afford. This job was $700 for a 30-day supply.
Woo.
I said, I can't. I can't keep doing that. Even the doctor who I was going to was like, man, I don't know why they recommended this. This here is a severe blood thinner. Like it's the strongest blood thinner there is.
To make that money.
Right. So strong that I started urinating blood from it.
Wow.
So I had to stop it anyway. That I won't say the name of the drug on here because I don't want to get us in trouble, get us sued or something.
The industry is powerful.
Huh?
Pharmaceutical industry is very powerful.
Right, exactly. So
That's how.
I don't want to do that or get y'all hunted down or something because they ain't hunting me. Well, they can hunt
Hey,
me. But
Russia is that's how Russia fighting America right now. They got a cure that for diabetes, and they about to give it to black folks. That's what they were
shit,
saying in the Russian news.
if that's true, Russia will make a mint.
It was in Russian news that they got a pill. It was like one, and it was like one pill
Wow,
cures diabetes. They about to give it to Negroes, and we're gonna be living long. That's gonna really make America mad.
wow.
Healthy Negroes, they know how to get to America. They know
Okay,
how to get to America. They know how to get to America. Some healthy Negroes is gonna piss both sides off.
shit, and they healthy Negroes, and they'll have a feeling of loyalty towards Russia.
Not just think on the real. That would crush. You know how much money
Right.
diabetes makes? It's right up under cancer. It is $1 trillion industry. You know what I'm saying? So hey, they'll crash the market. People
Well,
get off insulin. This market crash.
the three biggest industries for big pharma is cancer, diabetes, and heart problems.
Yep, yep. You cure either one of them, and America is going bankrupt.
Yeah,
It won't be able to sustain itself.
yeah.
So that's Russia is attacking it on the side where they real slick with it. We're
We're
gonna be down.
already eternal beings just stuck in this death culture. Well, not eternal, but we can live much longer than this. In fact, there are different cultures that say the human body could exist for 1,000 years.
Yes.
But we are in the death culture now.
Yeah,
I
but
really believe I can live to be about 300 if y'all didn't press upon me that I got to get older. I believe it's y'all that's making me older. If you leave it up to me, I'd stay young for at least another 200. I believe
Yeah,
that.
yeah, easy. Yeah, easy.
That's
what
what Baba
can we do? Be like,
I plan to go for the 1,000 years, but I'm already gray and shit, so I'll be super gray and all that. But
you can
other
still
than
make
that,
it. You're gonna
huh?
look like you can still make it. You're just gonna look like the Boondocks. You're gonna look like
a stink meaner.
Hey, Mina.
Wow, but that was terrible, man. That is the worst insult. Like, man.
I was actually gonna say the granddaddy, but you said that and it was
Oh,
funny, and so I had to go with
Well,
that.
they already said on here
terrible.
that but I laugh like Grady.
Yeah, you do show
And
do.
Stink Meaner got that same like tenor
Right.
to his that lilt to his like
Goddamn.
right,
He
exactly.
can't. But I'll be like Stink Meaner, but on the opposite spectrum because I like life. Stink Meaner
right.
he can't stand rainbows, dolphins. Like none of that.
I always think about the fact that Red Fox was in his 40s when Sanford and Son came out. That's
Oh yeah,
amazing. And he
yeah.
looked like he was 60 something.
Yes.
It's amazing. Boy, technology, boy.
And I mean, Grady was in his 30s.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's it's makeup. That's
Yeah,
makeup.
he had makeup on too, yeah.
Right.
Gray hair. So his gray wasn't really great. But his face did have some age to it though.
Yes.
And now all of them have everybody from that cast pass. Now
Because Lamont just
Lamont was the last one, wasn't he? Man. My brother's favorite show. Shout out to my brother. I gotta call him when we knock off.
Some of Brittany said some of it was makeup, right? Yes.
Indeed, gray is a good thing. We've
We've
earned it.
earned it. Yeah. Some of us have.
I like to keep my wisdom up here. I don't want to have it here yet. I'm trying to keep it in my head instead of out on the outside for as long
Now
as possible.
I wanted to have.
I'll be right back, y'all.
Okay, I wanted to have a gray. Well, my family we don't really go gray. We go white. I wanted to have a white goatee. I wanted that. I did not expect my hair to on top of my head to turn gray.
Oh, so you just thought you was gonna do hold on,
Yeah, I was gonna get. Well, I thought I was gonna get this, and my hair was just gonna go bald. That's what I thought.
I'm about to say, what's his name from Mississippi? They got the song Like a Pimp. It's funny he got the song Like a Pimp, but he do all the political positive stuff. David Banner.
Yeah.
For years he dyed his beard gray.
Right.
And then so now it's catching up with him. Nobody don't pay attention to it because he done died like that for decades now. I was just looking at him earlier. He's finally getting the gray hair. Anyway, questions, concerns, ladies and gentlemen?
The mind is a terrible thing to waste. Your life is determined by what you think and believe. Beware or propaganda narrative.
That's true.
Yeah. Absolutely. Grady pulled up on side of me at the red light on Peachtree years ago. Oh, I jumped.
Wow. You might.
Wow.
That's probably me. That's right.
That was Bob like you.
Yeah.
That was funny. That was funny. Okay, now let's see all the live chat. I wouldn't see it anymore. Okay. And peace to the Emperor's reign. Elusive views, peace. Appreciate that. You know, I've seen a lot of celebrities and I never trip. I'm just one of those people. For some reason, I don't. But
more black folks I'm finding out are on antidepressants. Damn, that's sad too. That's sad. That makes sense.
I said I don't triple over celebrities when I see them, but seeing DMX at the liquor store right before he died, that was kind of funny to me. That was kind of big for me right there.
You know, I saw Rampage Jackson at the liquor store. I got into a conversation with him. He was already drunk, so I don't know why his person was going to the liquor store to get him some more liquor, but he was. And you know, I told him I'm a martial artist, and he was like, "You're a martial artist? You could beat me?" I said, "Oh yeah, and not in the ring, no." But I said, "But out on the street, yeah, I whoop you." He said, "Man, you can't whoop me." And he, you know, came at me, and we were pummeling and jive. I'm like, "Oh, John."
He was drunk.
He was drunk, but he was still able to pummel. Yes.
It's funny because if you watch him, you know, he's a lot more skilled than people know that he is.
Yeah.
He's very, very skilled and trained.
And he's a big dude.
Yeah, that part is real, for real. The Empress Reign said we have to have more medical specialists teaching alternative health. We have a lot of medical specialists teaching alternative health, but they don't promote it as much anymore because if you remember, like a decade ago, a lot of them came up missing and just dead. One of the
long ago.
Yeah, I always think about Dr. Jasson, who my brother that passed not too long ago. He had been diagnosed with AIDS, and Dr. Jasson reversed that. I don't want to say cured on, but he reversed that.
Elusive views. That's Aaron. He watching from Honduras. Hey,
Aaron in Honduras.
Yeah, you know his wife from the Honduras.
Oh, okay, man. That's a vacation. There.
What's up? That's where Dr. Sebi's setup is, I believe.
And when he did Stick It to the Man RPG, he was calling from the Honduras then.
Okay. But yeah,
they be knocking them off. Yes, they do.
Yeah, I remember that the two, and they were white doctors, but they were you know, alternative health.
Yeah.
It was a husband and a wife, and they were in New York, and they supposedly both jumped out the window and committed suicide together or something. Like, it was just the craziest thing. And all around that time,
if you're telling the truth, if you're telling the truth about health, you're automatically a target.
right?
So
Because that's one of the main way they manipulate people and keep people in their place.
And that's a multi-trillion-dollar business.
I get more sensitive posts and more penalties on social media for medical posts than I do for political, radical, revolutionary. I get more flags for medical than anything.
Wonder what's going to happen to Rampage's son. I'm sure. I thought it had happened already, but I'm sure he's going to do a little time. So Rampage's son, he was first. He had a conversation with this dude out in the street, and the dude hit him in the head with a fake can of that. People say it was a real can of soda. If that man had hit him with a real can of soda, he'd have knocked him out. It was a fake can of soda, like a wrestler. All the guys out there were wrestlers. He was embarrassed by that. Rampage's son. And we talked about how ego can get you in trouble. And so that night they were in the ring. That same dude was wrestling somebody. And Rampage's son ran in there in the ring.
He was supposed to, but it went too far.
Right. Well, he's supposed to go in there, but he wasn't supposed to slam that dude like this.
Right.
He ran to the ring, and he's supposed to, I guess, I don't know, hit the dude, slap the dude or something. And he picked the dude up and slammed the dude, boom, like his father, in his father's style. Slammed the dude on his head, and then got to just beating the dude down, and he knocked the dude out. I think gave him a concussion. So he'll probably do like 3 months in jail or something.
Yeah, like sold or something.
Yeah.
Depends on the dude who press charges. He might not press charges.
That once again, that's ego too. That dude got embarrassed. He got messed up. He probably unless Rampage slid him some money or something, he probably gonna press charges.
A lot of people don't know.
If I knock somebody out, like knocked out my neighbor, and it goes to court a year later, he didn't calm down. I didn't had him over for drinks. That still don't mean he won't put my ass away.
Right. A lot of people don't know.
But if my wife also slides him $10,000, it don't guarantee he won't put me away, but it makes my chances better.
It's a good chance. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Hopefully. Yeah. You know, his mother had got murdered.
Who?
Rampage. Rampage's son's mother. She got murdered, I think, earlier that year.
Oh, so he was dealing with something.
See, people don't know that. People don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you playing with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, Manifesto said it was a prop can. Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, but then the other wrestlers was telling him like, "Hey, man, get your get back when you come in the ring and get your get back." You know
I saw that. Yeah,
but he went way too far with it.
Right. Yep, I've seen that fight in medicine too. Monsanto and Bill Gates are the players against truth in medical field. Yes, exactly. His son has self-esteem issues, and his relationship with his dad doesn't help.
Well, I don't know. Well, maybe his dad pretty much raised him. He didn't see his dad till he was 7 years old because of the relationship he had with his mom. So
I was just sick. The doc was giving me pills and an IV, but still sick. My sister-in-law went picked some leaves out her yard, and I followed her instructions and was good after 48 hours. Now, I had gotten sick last year, like in the early last year, and you talked to Belay. He said I look like I was walking death. I look like I was gone, and he gave me some things that will help me breathe and bring my breathing back because I was having bad breathing issues, and I followed what he said, and it saved my life.
I was scared for you, boy. It's when Baba don't make no jokes or no smiling or nothing that you really be worried. You know what I'm saying? Anytime other time he gonna make jokes, but he was sitting there like, yeah, man.
What was crazy, he came to drop off the stuff, and my wife first was at the door with him. They were talking. I came out of the room. I thought I was looking strong.
right.
I'm like, oh yeah, so and so, and I'm trying to look normal as I thought I was looking normal as hell.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. You was not. And that's what made me worry because I could tell you was trying to put up a front. And the front was weak. That's what made me nervous. Like when you put up a front that look, pretty strong, when you put up a front that looked like you was about to give out. I'm like, oh Lord. We gotta do something. We gotta do something. Glad you're back, Bubba. Glad to have you back.
Glad to be back, man.
And,
he always questioned his son's masculinity in public situations interviews. Really? Rampage always says he's saving bail money for him and college money for his half Asian son. Damn.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know how much of that is performative, so I don't really judge it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're in the public eye a lot, depending on your relationship with if you know your dad, some of that I feel like it's performative. You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell. Don't know.
Folks comment on Rampage anti-black self-hate issues.
Because he like Chinese women. That's what you're talking about, yeah.
I don't know if that because
I think his wife was black, his baby mama, when he actually had
his baby mama, that dude was black, but he does have a half Asian wife and half Asian son. He does.
He married an Asian after he had his first child. That is true.
Yeah, he was in Japan in Pride when he was the Pride champion. And that got taken by Vanderlei Silva, whose ass he ended up whooping when they both went to the UFC. But he
did that twice too.
Yeah, he was only around Japanese people during that time. I mean, it was in Japan, but he had a Japanese camp, all of that. Rampage. So
he lost to Vanderlei in Pride. He lost to What's the ice? Is Iceman? What his name? What was he called?
Iceman. Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice.
What's he called? What was his name?
Ice.
I know Vanilla Ice was serving. I know Vanilla Ice was serving ass whoopings like that. Ding, 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 ding.
The white dude with the mohawk. The white dude with the mohawk that was known for his hands.
Oh, yes.
Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell, yes. Iceman Chuck Liddell, yes.
I was about to say, did he have Iceman in his name? Yeah, Iceman Chuck. Iceman.
He whooped Chuck Liddell's ass in Pride.
No, he lost to him in Pride.
He lost. Vanderlei whooped his ass in Pride.
They both whipped his ass in Pride, and he whipped both their ass in the UFC.
Who?
Rampage, he beat
Rampage, yeah.
Vanderlei, he beat Chuck
Yeah,
Liddell. They both beat
Rampage.
him.
So Rampage started. That's when he went to the UFC. That's when he really put himself out there. Got skilled.
Yeah. He showed how he beat him too.
But now in Pride, Vanderlei was just. I mean, he was a monster in Pride. The first time he beat Rampage, he was well, he had kneed him, then he was punching him, and Rampage was smiling at him like, I ain't going nowhere. The second time, he kneed him 20 times, and then just threw his body, threw him. And me and my wife used to watch Pride all the time. I said, God, now like he killed him. He threw him, and he was laying over in the laying on the bottom rope, and just so much blood came out of his face. I was like, damn, and he wasn't responding and stuff. I thought they had killed him, really.
Yeah.
So Vanderlei Silva was a monster in Pride, but when he got to UFC, people were messing him up. All that Pride magic had left.
Too many fights.
But Pride, the owner of Pride, they found him hanging in this hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
They say that he committed suicide, but all I know is once he died, UFC took off.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'll say about that.
Oh yeah, it's raw business out there, and now there's basically a monopoly on this. Like only two companies you can go to. One and was it one champion, one something?
It's one championship. It's Pride, and it's the other one. God, it's got
UFC.
No. I mean, I'm not Pride. UFC one, and it's a third one. Yeah.
The one that Michael Venom Page come from.
Right.
I can't think of what it is though. Anyway.
Look, I wanted to try something. I know we're gonna sign off soon. I wanted to see if I could open up a different window so that I can show our audience some of the artwork that's in this room that I'm in right now.
Sure.
So I'm gonna try to sign in. If you can let me in.
Okay. You're gonna have to, yeah. There you go.
Okay, gotcha.
You're gonna have to mute us or something. You have to mute both of them, I think.
Can you?
Yeah, we can hear you. They ain't gonna work.
Bobby, you might be right.
Nah, it's not gonna work. Yeah, we're gonna have to remove that nigga. You're gonna have to just show with your one thing. You muted still. You muted.
Yeah, it's so weird. Everything on the phone is muted. I don't know. I was trying to find what else, whatever wasn't muted, but I don't know. It wasn't working. All right, I'll try it with the computer. I hear something now, so maybe it wasn't all the way muted. But anyway, it's beautiful in here, so I just wanted to.
No, you're on it now.
Okay.
There's a picture of Belay.
Chakra system.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Jesus.
native.
That's
The native.
Jesus.
That's the native Jesus.
You're
The
right.
church.
You see the halo.
Cherokee Jesus. Snake wolf. Snake lion.
Yeah, it's snake kung fu. Oh, jump. Oh, jump.
Okay.
Oh, jump.
It's like abstract Pac-Man ghosts.
Abstract who? Taco?
Abstract Pac-Man ghost. That's what that was a minute ago. Okay, Adam and Eve. That's Latino and Black love, unity.
That's me and Yellow Goon's hand.
You see the spike going through it too,
Uh-oh.
though. That's a good one. I don't have one for that one.
That's Vodun.
Yeah, that's why I ain't got nothing for that. I ain't gonna say that bad. Only got two. That's Bobby and Yellow Goon again. Look at it. Pedestal of love. Ooh.
That's
Afro Samurai.
that's Ominiki with her weapons, with her tools. The whirlwind of death.
That's a great depiction of that.
Now, who is that? That's a real person.
Oh,
Just 3 faces. Okay. No, 2 faces.
it's a Gemini.
Oh, jump.
That's a black man with a white woman.
I thought that was you.
Me with a white woman.
Yeah.
Okay, Bobby and Yellow Goon again.
There we go.
And again.
And again, wow. There's in our personal space.
I tell you, they walk around the house just like that all the time. She can feed them after.
I'm walking around like that now. Just like that kind of shirt.
Is that Erica Badu and her son? Okay. I'm Nikki again
Yeah.
at a Caribbean festival.
Yeah.
That's her at Carnival. All right. That was a pleasant way to spend a
Right.
few minutes.
All right, that was the best I could do.
Now,
Thanks for
which
the
one do
commentary.
I get rid of? Which one do I get rid of?
Omaniki 2.
Okay.
I'm trying to sign out of it, but
Yeah, cause I can't get rid of it. It's dope like that. Omaniki too. I got it now. Let me see.
okay, cool.
But you still got it there though. I can't totally get rid of it. I can just put it backstage. Okay, device not connected. All right.
Now, where we at?
We're on the
Huh?
all of us are on.
Oh snap! Wait a minute, huh? Yeah, wait a
I
minute.
turned off the mic and the cam, so it should be.
No, device is not connected, but Yeah, where are you all? Wait a minute.
They can hear us,
They
but
can
Yeah,
hear
they
you,
can.
but they can't see you.
right.
Uh,
This
I guess
is
it don't matter. We in the end anyway.
the homie charm of warrior class. Hope y'all enjoyed the artwork.
hold on, let me see.
Cherokees.
Wait, let me,
Cherokees.
let me-
Cherokee.
Who said
there we
that?
go. There we go.
I manifesto to my call it Cherokees.
Cherokee, what?
Cherokee.
Remember, remember we talking about Cherokee Jesus? He told me I
Uh,
call it Cherokees.
Cherokee.
That was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good
My
one.
bad, y'all. This is Brittany under my grandma's account because my phone died. Annie Owens. Oh, John, you are Owens? I got cousins who are Owens.
That's what's
All
up.
right.
Mississippi. Yeah.
Catch you. Catch you.
Well, I hope y'all
Sweet.
enjoyed the artwork. It's really beautiful. I was trying to get the tall sculpture because that's the one that's like really impactful. Yeah, all of them are, but that one I think is really cool because it looks like it's cut out of metal. I mean, they really had to do a lot to.
The one that looked like the Pac-Man ghost turned sideways.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a Dinker symbols to me.
That's what it really looked like.
Sort of, so, kind of like those I don't know,
he said,
wave
so
paintings, or I can't remember what that
Aaron
was.
said, is that your artwork on Miniki? No.
No, it's an art display in a art gallery inside of the Arts Exchange in
And
Atlanta.
while you're there, just check to see if we can get in there and get a class going in art exchange.
I will check.
There you go.
It's Saturday; they may not be here, but we'll talk about that later.
Oh, and there and there's a we got an offer from uh Train or Die. He took us around to the front, and because he owns the front now of the building, and he wants to turn it where it's a basketball court, so he wants to open that, and he wants to start memberships there and stuff. So
What was the offer you said he made an offer to you?
yeah, teach in the place and teach free.
Oh, okay. Yay.
You're welcome.
No, I ain't say yay. I say he said teach free. All right. So no, I told him that
Baba,
I consider that, but I need to talk to him about some things.
we might want to end the show.
No.
You want to talk
They
about?
can hear that. They can hear that.
Okay.
All right. So it said Noonan Street is that on Noonan
Yeah,
Street?
that's correct. Yeah, well,
Okay. One of the paintings looked like black woman hip hop singer who passed 2 years ago. Who was that? She had a son by the man who sings Brown Sugar. Oh,
are you talking about Angie Stone?
yeah, talking about Angie
Oh
Stone.
no, I think she didn't. That wasn't 2 years ago. That was last summer.
Right, yeah. And well, I don't know how long ago it was, but she passed uh after the brother, didn't she?
No, she
No,
passed,
no, he
and then
passed.
he did
Right,
like
right.
a few
That's right.
months later.
And
Yeah.
she passed right
Hard,
before, right when she was having hardships about her contract and concerts and all that
probably
stuff.
she was about to get some money or something.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Mm,
That's another story, y'all, for another time.
right. So hope you all enjoyed the episode. Be safe in your homes. Be safe out in the street,
Yeah, well,
wherever you may go. Stay black or whatever it is that you may be. We love y'all. Peace.
peace.
Great show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.